What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Rich's season 1, episode 3, down to the Prime, Amazon Prime video. Now, listen, we start this episode off, child. Nina done made her a little booty call off of some app, and she done hooked up with the dude, okay? Now, we're going to get back to that situation, okay? Now, back over to the house, though, we got evil stepmama hooking up with Andre because she feel like Andre about to get her company back. So, the next morning, she done let Andre spend the night, got the maids looking at her side-eye and everything. And she looking back at the maids like, who you think you looking at just because my husband just died last week and I got my lover slash the COO of the company sleeping over and having sleepovers and stuff. Don't worry about what I got going on. You keep your business and I keep mine. Anyway, he's explaining to her how they're going to get these shares back. They got to find the secret shareholder and how she's going to, you know, how he's working it out for her. And she just know that she's going to get her company back any day now. Now, Nina and Simon meet up. Child, Simon on his way back to America. He said, I got jobs to do and I got to go see my boo thing, okay? Like, I'm here and I'm going to help you as much as I can. But, you know, I got a whole job that I got to get back to and a man, okay? They talk a little bit more about what's going on with the company, about all this money missing, who took it, how did it happen, and what they're going to do about it. And Nina is like, I need you. Like, I understand that you got to go see your boo thing, but I need you here because these people crazy, and I don't know who I can trust. Now, they're building a friendship with Alicia, and I think Alicia really does respect them, but at the end of the day, I mean, she not their family, you know. Well, technically, I guess she is, but... And we found out that Alicia is the firstborn. Now, while this is going on, child, Gus is down at the jewelry store trying to impress people about how much money he could spend on some woman that won't even give him the time of day, okay? He likes this one tennis bracelet, and the lady was like, oh, yeah, that's a top seller. He said, whoa, wait a minute. Oh, no, I don't want anything common, okay? I want something that's a one of a kind. So then he flops down his black card and he buys this real expensive, you know, jewelry piece to try to send down to the bartender. Now I'm gonna go ahead and spoiler alert. She shows up at the job like, where you think I'm gonna wear this? Like, you trying to get me robbed. Like, maybe you think I move in the circles that you move in, but I don't. And this is ridiculous. And why are you buying me this expensive gift? Like, sir, I told you I wouldn't go out on a date with you. Like, that wasn't a ploy to get more money, like to get something from you. Anyway, child. The mama done called the meeting. Now, I don't know how this mama done called the meeting and Nina didn't know nothing about it. Seeing as how Nina was the only one at work the day before. Like, nobody else seemed to get to work early. But this particular day that Nina ain't there at the crack of daggone dawn, now the mama there calling family meetings. Now, it looks like they have sort of like America's Next Top Model type situation every year to choose their new model to see who's going to be the new face of Fire and Ice or Fire and Flames or Fire and Brimstone or whatever the hell this damn name company, this company called, child. Now, Nina shows up and was like, hold up, who had a meeting and didn't call the CEO? Excuse me. So evil stepmama was like, okay, well, at the end of the day, this has always been my department. Like, you know, Steven put me in charge of the Fire and Brimstone, the new face of the Fire and Brimstone. And basically, I got this covered. I don't need your input. And she was like, excuse me, but anything that happens, it happens under my watch, and it is my job. She said, first of all, you talking about spending £500,000 on a party. Maybe you're not understanding what we got going on here. First of all, I have to approve any type of expense on that level. And second of all, you know what? Anybody that's not family, they need to leave because I need to talk to family. Baby, evil stepmama looked at her and was like, girl, you're not family. What you talking about calling meetings for family and you ain't even family? Like, what you doing? So then she tells Andre, oh, no, you stay, bruh. Because what I'm about to talk about, it directly affects you. So then she proceeds to tell them about the $20 million that's missing and how somebody has been embezzling. And she was like, and I need to understand how the COO, the person, how you didn't know. How did this money just disappear right on your watch, right underneath your nose? So then, Nina lets them know that we need to buckle down and handle some business around here because somebody was stealing. And not only is it important for us to figure out where the money went and who took it, but it's also important for us to figure out what our next move is, because we can't afford to make no more mistakes. So this whole faces of fire and ice is important. So they call what's his name? The old attorney in, the one that they got fired. Gideon. They call Gideon in. So they call Gideon in, and Gideon lets them know, listen, we need to really settle down here, okay? He tells Wanda. Now Wanda is the daughter who car got declined down to the Starbucks. Well, it wasn't really a Starbucks, but it was a Starbucks like situation. So we know she don't have no money. And he told her, listen, when your lease is up, you might need to downgrade, okay? He tells Simon, now your lease is up next month. You need to go on and think about where you gonna move. He tells Wanda, no. Simon's lease got another, Gus, hold on, pause. Let me get my names together. Gus, he good on his lease for about a year. The daughter, though, he said, listen, your lease is up in a couple of months, and you might want to think about moving back in with your mama. Baby, evil stepmama and Wanda was like, are you crazy? Ain't nobody moving in with my mama. So then she was like, well, what about Alicia? You ain't saying nothing about what Alicia got to do. Because he told the stepmama, child, you need to get rid of your chauffeur. You need to stop going on these shopping sprees. You need to stop paying all your mama's bills. Like, you got a lot of expenses that you can't afford, okay? So they look at Alicia, and Wanda was like, well, what about Alicia? I didn't hear you saying what Alicia need to do. Baby, Gideon was like, oh, Alicia good, because her flat is paid in full. She pays all her own bills. Like, she don't take no money from us. Baby, the way Wanda looked at her like, what? She said, yeah, I make my money off of my YouTube, my tutorials that y'all be clowning me about, and I always invested well. So I'm good. This conversation about downsizing, it does not apply to me. Thank you. Okay. So then Nina has a good old heart-to-heart one-on-one with Mr. Andre. And she wants to know, how this happened under your watch, bruh? And he was like, well, Steven kept me out of the loop. Steven didn't tell me. She said, your job as COO is to make sure that you are still doing what's in the best interest of the company, even when you're dealing with a difficult CEO. Like, he could be difficult, but at the end of the day, $20 million is $20 million. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you slice it. So then we end up having another meeting about the faces of fire and brimstone, child. And they're trying to figure out the model. Who's going to be the new model? And what they found out is we are a Black beauty brand, yet all of our models are biracial. So what message are we really sending to our consumers about the company and how we feel about our brand? So they do a focus group, and what they really found out from the focus group is that everybody likes the brand, but it's very nostalgic. Like, a lot of people still buy almost out of nostalgia to what they once knew the company to be, what they once knew the company to be about. But they don't have any products for like natural hair care. And they were like, listen, that is so dated. Like, what Black beauty brand doesn't have stuff for people who have natural hair? Another person was like, I didn't even know they were still in business. So they realized that basically everybody feels like they are a dated company. They are behind the times kind of thing. And they need to move forward. They need to figure out some new products. And so that's what Nina basically put Alicia in charge of. Because, Alicia got dyslexia, child. She had all these damn files on her desk. And Nina was like, girl, what's going on? And she said, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. She said, my dyslexia gets worse when I'm anxious, when my anxiety level goes up. She said, girl, hire you a secretary. Hire you an assistant, and you make them read through all this stuff and summarize it for you, okay? That's going to be their job. She said, I brought you on because you have great ideas, you have fresh ideas, and that's what I need you here for. I don't need you bogged down in this paperwork, okay? Trust me, I got you. I'm here. I'm supporting you. You were open with me and told me that about the dyslexia. I'm going to make sure you're good. So you hire somebody to make sure they can handle it. She was like, for real? Girl, for real. Okay? Now, how are you gonna help me? We gotta choose this new model. I need you to help me with some new ideas. How we gonna relaunch these brands? How we gonna move into the 21st century? Like, help a sister out. So I thought that was really cool. With that whole situation. Now, while this is going on, remember Maureen, aka the secretary, she deleted all them daggone files last week. Baby, Maureen then set up the secretary, one of the other little assistants in the pool. And when IT was digging through to find out who deleted, because they realized that the files had been deleted. But when they went through, it was her login that was used, right? So of course it made it look like she was the one that deleted the files. Well, she's also the one that's sleeping with Andre, because Andre gets around, okay? And so she was on her way out the door as security was escorting her out, because they thought that she had deleted all those daggone files. She's looking at Andre like, Andre, help me. Andre, help me. Andre, tell him I didn't do it. Tell him I didn't do it. Baby. So, of course, everybody side-eyed Andre like, oh, for real? She with you? That's you right there? Now, Nina and Evil Stepmama are still fighting over this America's Top Model situation, because Stepmama said, listen, this is my wheelhouse. This is what I do. This is what I've always done. And Nina was like, okay, well, maybe I got to keep reminding you that this ain't your wheelhouse no more. You're not in charge and you don't run nothing. Baby, she done put her mama, well, not her mama, child. She done put the stepmama up out the boardroom and said, I made the decision. I'm in charge. Now, somehow or another, the stepmama ended up coming back the next day. I don't know how that happened, but in the meantime and in between time. So, of course, stepmama is pissed off and embarrassed. And she told Andre, now, why you ain't have my back? Like, you let me get escorted up out of there like I was some comment, like embarrassed or whatever. Like, why you ain't have my back? I don't understand. What is the situation? Okay. And he said, listen, I've got a lead on who the shareholders are. Just work with a sister. I mean, not a sister. Work with a brother. I got a lead on this. And she was like, you better. Now, she hired somebody to come in and open up that safe that they done found in Steven's office. And the safe cracker was like, listen, this above my pay grade. Like, I can't figure this out. Like, I don't know. I'm going to have to get somebody else. So they had to turn around and get another expert. So they ain't get into the safe this episode. Gus goes to talk to his sister. And he's like, listen, do you really trust them? Like, because his mama keeps telling him he need to step up. And he's like, with what? Like, we have no ammunition. We have no leverage. What am I stepping up to? And Gus is like, and Alicia is telling him, listen, they're good people. Like, they're legit. You might want to give them a chance, because they really are, legit. Let me see. Now, Evil Stepmama done got mad and gotten her feelings, and now she's letting the board know that the money is missing. And Nina is like, are you stupid? Are you stupid or are you dumb? Like, the last thing we need is for it to get out that this company has had somebody stealing from it for the last however many years. And we not only do we not know who stole the money, but we don't know where the money is. And we are on the verge of bankruptcy. Like, why did you think that was a good idea? But of course, she can't see past her own personal, needs, wants, and vendettas against Nina. And then come to find out at the end of the day, she said all these loans that Steven took out to, borrow against the company that put us in this bad situation, girl, you didn't sign off on all these loans. It is sounding very Teresa Giudice, sounding very Erica Girardi to me, that you just signed off on all this paperwork that's going to get you in trouble now that your husband is long gone, child. And, Nina keeps having these flashbacks. So she ended up having a flashback to when the daddy done stole the money from the mama, child. Stole the company. And when I feel like the mama knew Claudia, because she's on the phone with Claudia, a.k.a. Evil Stepmama, telling her, you're going to lose him the same way you got him. And, you taking him from his family. So it seems like there's more to that situation, child. I don't know. It's layers to this stuff, child. Layers and layers. Now, Wanda then confided in her boyfriend slash husband. I don't know if he the boyfriend or the husband, child. That the company done lost this money. I don't know if he the right person to tell. It's something. Listen, this is one of those shows where you just can't trust nobody and everybody ain't who they seem to be. So I'm side-eyeing the fact that you just sat there and told this man that your company about to be bankrupt and y'all don't have no money. Like I don't know if that was the best decision. I'm just not sure that that was the best decision. But anyway, so we see Nina talking to Gideon, and Gideon is telling her, "Listen, we still trying to find this secret stockholder, but Steven, he hid it under layers on purpose. We weren't supposed to, he didn't want to make it easy for us to figure out and find out who these people, are, but we still looking, we still digging. You just keep doing what you're doing, save the company while we figure it out." We have another one of those microaggression scenes that they like to show us, because the whole conversation of colorism came up when they were looking for the model with the whole biracial and what message is that sending to our consumers, that we're selling these black beauty products, but we keep showing them biracial models. Like, we love you as long as you're half white, Then we have this scene where Alicia is at the department store and she's shopping, and this white woman assumes that she works there and gets belligerent with her about helping her find some shoes. Child. And of course she got her face cracked when the saleswoman walked over to Alicia and said, "Oh, come right this way. We have your private, fitting room ready, blah, 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 blah." Because then she looked real stupid, right? So it's the night of the reveal, right? We're going to reveal who the new face of Fire and Glory is going to be. And, we see Nina still hasn't made a decision. They have the finalists, but she still hasn't decided if they're going to go the way they normally go with the biracial model, or they're going to be a little more ethnic. Are the consumers ready to see that? Is that a statement to make? Like, it's all the whole thing where they're being nervous or what have you. And Simon calls her. He's still, back in America, but he tells her, "Girl, you got this. Don't worry about it. Whatever decision you make is going to be the right decision. Just, trust your decision." So they have a whole gala event. This is the party now. I don't know if it was a $500,000 party or not, but it looked good, child. It looked good. And everybody looked nice, everybody looked nice at the event. Now, in the bathroom, Nina confronts Miss Maureen. And Nina says to Maureen, "Yeah, we know you're the one that really deleted Steven's files." And she assumes that she deleted the files to try to protect Steven and cover up for Steven. And she said, it's not what you think it is. Like, Steven, she said, these last couple of months, Steven changed. He was acting different. He was acting funny. And I deleted those emails to protect him, to protect his secrets. Baby, to come to find out, Steven ass was sick. He was, he had some sort of cancer, and he was flying back and forth for secret treatments in Geneva, I think. I don't know. And so now what we don't know is, what I feel like we know is that he was dying anyway, and that's probably part of the reason why he changed his will, part of the reason why he reached out to Nina. But what we don't know is, did he die as a result of some of this like experimental medicine that he was using, or was that part of the illness that he had? Don't have all those answers. Now, the other thing we see at the gala, we see Wanda's boyfriend slash husband, talking to people, and she seemed like she's a little jealous of who he walking around that party talking to and who he getting to know. She feeling some kind of way about that situation, which I don't know. We ain't figured out yet what all that's about, okay? But once Nina finds out for Maureen that, her daddy was really dying instead of stealing, and of course, it gets in her head a little bit. So she gets up there to make her speech and to announce who the new model is going to be. And baby, the secretary that they fired that was sleeping with Andre, baby, she shows up drunk. And she lets the whole party know that Andre was sleeping with her and sleeping with the mama. Gus punches Andre, and it turns into a whole scene. Even though Gideon told them, listen, this ain't the time, this ain't the place. We don't need this. We don't need no bad publicity. And of course, Wanda is upset. Alicia is like, girl, what you mad about? Because our mom was cheating on our dad. She was like, girl, what you think dad was doing all these years? Like, he had a whole separate apartment in the city. Like, what you think he was doing in the apartment? Like, stop playing. Like, what we not gonna do is put daddy on no pedestal like he was some perfect angel and our mother is a slut. Like, I don't blame her for stepping out on him because he stepped out on her, and it is what it is. Like, grow the fuck up. The mama is upset because she's embarrassed because she was like, listen, you know, my kids think I'm a slut. My kids feeling, looking at me different. And, we need to fix it. Like, this isn't cool. I don't like that. And of course she's, not really talking to Andre. But Andre was like, listen, I know who the secret shareholder is. Come to find out that the secret shareholder is some dude who he done died. But he left his shares to his son. Guess who the son is? The son is the dude that Nina hooked up with off of the app and was sleeping with. I said, now the question is it random or is it real? That's the question. Anyway, let me make sure. I think that's pretty much the episode, child. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Oh, and it was a hit. Even despite of the fight and everything that happened, Nina did name the new model, who is a more ethnic looking model with natural hair, and everybody loves it. The internet has blown up, and everybody loves the fact that this is the new model, and that's who they chose. So, I mean, some good came out of the mess. Okay? Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.